Ohio gozaimasu, konnichiwa, eto konbanwa, watashi no name maku desu, irashaimase. Or in other words, greetings and salutations, ledgelords, ladies, and gender fluid friends of any persuasion. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Gamersledge. I am one of your hosts, Mark. Thank you for joining us this fine Friday evening. I hope you are having a wonderful day or evening. Also joining me today is, of course, Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Is it not over my face this time?
It's not over your face this time. That's what she's. Never mind. Anyways, and then we're also joined by Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hey, man, how's it going? It's been a while. I miss you guys. I think. Jory's still out.
At least till the end of the podcast.
Meep is super hyping each of you. I just want you to know in the chat right now.
Sweet.
So I do have, before I even get to announcements, I need your help deciding what to do with something. And chat, you can chime in on this too. I got something in the mail today that I don't know what to do with. And I think I've got an idea of what to do with it, but I'm going to show it to you and you're going to have to tell me. All right.
You have to answer it, otherwise they lock you up.
What?
What?
Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on.
You'd think you would have had this like ready if this was going to be a thing, because like now there's like we need to like fill air and we're
Yeah. Whoa.
What do you mean? What to do with that? You wear it. Let me lock it. Hold on. Can you at least pretend to be a professional? What's going on?
Knight Rider.
Oh dear.
The correct answer is send to Matt. We can't hear you if that's what you're trying to talk. So I'm going to say send to Matt. I think that's the right answer.
That's definitely the right answer. That's the last Christmas gift I need in my life.
So this was given me by a friend of the show, and obviously I can't change the size. It is what it is. But I was thinking giveaway, right? I mean,
yeah.
Matt's dying on the inside. I mean, I'm open to other suggestions.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I propose.
Okay.
We have a contest between the three of us.
Between the three of us, okay.
Between the three of us, and whoever wins keeps it. And the contest is whoever's name is Matt.
The wife doesn't want it, but she thinks she suggested giveaway.
That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do.
I mean, it's not like you can't enter to win, Matt. So there is that, and there's ways that you can probably stack that. What is it? Oh, of course, Jimmy. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
What food's here? What's going on?
He's going to get it again.
Although I do like the PlayStation light in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it before.
Yeah, but some people joined the chat late or joined the stream late, so they hadn't seen it yet.
I didn't see that part. I do like that PlayStation light in the back. That is nice.
That is very nice. Yeah, I do like that. If I had a place to put junk, that would be.
So
cool.
It's an extra large. It's never been worn, and to my knowledge, it's got to be expensive because it's a really nice leather jacket.
Wow, yeah, it does look nice.
So he said, you know what to do with it. And I'm like,
Still Team Matt.
well, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because on the one hand, I do want to send it to you, but on the other, it seems like it's an actual extra large. It's not like a 2X or a 3X, but Did you see that I had Jimmy Julius written on it? What? I was. We'll have some discussions offline, Matt. And
Yeah.
if we come to an agreement, we come to an agreement. If we don't come to an agreement, then maybe for the charity stream. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out because it needs a good home.
Oh yeah.
So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I did want to show it to you because I thought I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, Matt's gonna die.
A little bit. That was wow. Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like that before.
No. So how this came about is this is actually from Brazil.
Oh wow.
And this was part of a licensing agreement between Marvel and Brazil.
Oh wow.
Which is how I ended up with it.
And it actually looks like it's the 90s animated series.
It is.
Spider-Man. It is.
It is.
Now,
So,
is it crazy that I recognized what's Spider-Man?
I mean, just saying.
I'm gonna say that just furthers the argument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll
it belongs at TIEM.
Yeah. So we'll definitely discuss that.
Belongs in a there's a
oh
joke in there.
oh no, Meep. If I'm gonna do it, we will make it more creative in that it will be. I mean, if it goes on the stream and it doesn't just go straight to Matt, which is a possibility.
No. I say we still make Matt jump through hoops.
Oh, we do. Okay. All right. I thought you were advocating that. I see. Okay. Fair.
No. We still make money off this thing.
Okay. Okay.
We make Matt watch wrestling with us.
Oh my God, you're brilliant.
That's why you have me here.
Oh my God.
This is like one of those bad radio show bits where you make the guy do stuff he doesn't want.
Shank just said you have to do all the stuff I did at the subathon, put contacts in your hair, do a glitter beard, eat wings without washing your hands, a wig and heels while watching wrestling. Did I see? No, I'm not in Discord because I don't want to crash my computer. Because I'm actually running Zoom on my computer, so I kind of skipped off that. Remove pen. There we go. Okay. So yes. So I will definitely. That's a great idea. I mean, this can be the trials of Neo Sapien. We come up with like a multi-week list of all the things Matt has to do in order to get this shirt or get the things. Yes, that's crazy.
And it'll be totally worth it, and we'll have a whole ton of fun.
100%.
Oh,
and Matt will be mad because
fundraiser. Is Matt truly a Spider-Man fan?
Yes.
Is he? Is he?
Oh, we'll have to come up with questions and stuff to try and stump him.
He is Spider-Man. That is 100% true. He is Spider-Man. All right, man. Let me do the actual professional streamer stuff. So let me get to. Have you seen Gundam Evolution yet, Matt?
Don't think so.
I believe it's a new free-to-play game.
Is it? Okay, I might have to look at that. I saw the SD Muso-like one that dropped. I played the demo for that, but that wasn't called Evolution. I forget what it was called.
Jimmy was saying we should play it one Friday for Fun with Friends Friday.
Okay.
Jimmy Julius.
I will. Yeah, I'll give it a look.
Okay. So professional streamer stuff. First of all, thank you for everybody who's been following us on Twitter. We're past 1450, which is nuts. At Gamersledge, if you want to follow us there. Okay, Meep, thanks for coming in. Yeah, professional streamer. I gotta pay the bills. We are also trying to get to 1,000 follows on TikTok. We have a very long way to go, so any support there is helpful. If you hit the link for mechanics, which is in chat right now, that will automatically take you to all of our other socials, TikTok, Insta, all that good stuff. So if you want to follow us there, that would be a huge help. Also want to thank the new followers on Twitch. I think we just passed 1,230 followers, on the way to the big 1,300. So thank you, everybody. If you know someone who might enjoy the shows, please do send them our way. I do want to thank all of our folks that have contributed this week to the podcast. Excuse me. So first, thank you to Youngster Joseph, ex Lil Miss Kamex, I'm scrolling through the list, AK Yuri, Game Trickster Pizza Time, Kokeshi Ken Media, Strong Bad Merc, it's Game Trickster Pizza Time again, Jag Leisure,
I'll be back.
Quests and Cliffhangers for the raids. Thank you to
I'll be back.
Thank you to Twisted Ginger, Jag Leisure, Jimmy Julius. I have too many things turned on. Drogadan for the sub re-ups. Thank you to Meep the Bunny and for the bits. And then welcome in to, let me just turn all the rest of these off so I can just see this one. Welcome to our new followers, Nectar Ice, Chill Design 88, Rated Saints, The White's Rabbit, Cosmic Warrior, Fairy Kale, Cole Titus, The Tubby Raider, Cryo Canary, Crazy Brit 28, Extreme 10K, XBXB1, Turf 20, Blue Dahlia, Zyfex Live, Lady Dragon, Swifty Fan. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to the community. Also, I need to give a giant shout out to Shank the Noob, Mr. J Nice, and Neo Sapien at the top and bottom of every show. Why do we do that at the top and bottom of every show? Because they're generously subbed to us through mechanics.gg, which is where you can just directly support the stream, especially if you're not watching on Twitch. It pays creators like us 100% of the donations or subs you send our way. It's completely free to sign up. The link is all in there. Hi, Drew. Yes, that is your platform. You got here just in time. Oh, hi, Drew. Oh, and it's a raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Sorry, the raid thing didn't... Why didn't the raid thing go off? That's very strange. But I'm going to make Dave and Matt sit through the raid video. We never do it on these shows, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we're going to do the raid video. So hang on just one second.
All right, standing by.
I like to sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun. Love you. Let's go over here. Just you and me.
Just you and me?
I just wanted to say, come. Can we do more kazoo? You're my special friend.
Raiders, you're our special friend. A is for Drew, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for the raid. We hope everybody has a great time here. Raid video out.
Thank you for that, Drew. I appreciate you very much. You could have gone anywhere you came here. We appreciate you for that. And yes, we are just starting. We've been goofing around for like 15 minutes, and then we were trying to be professional, and then you rated us. So
So that went out the window. Like
that went out the window like immediately, pretty much. And yeah, I even forgot to put my glasses on. How cool is that?
I thought something was freaking me out this week.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh,
It's-
people's.
yes.
See, I was enjoying actually being able to see his eye expression. So I didn't say anything.
No, I've been Twitter pated all day today because stuff. Anyways, so yes, Mechanics is an awesome service. If you follow us on the link in chat, that link right there, you'll get 5,000 free Stardust in which you can use to muck with us whenever you want. Or the Stardust one works too. Thank you, Drew. And so check us out there. Second, we've just become an affiliate with XSplit Broadcasting Software, which is the broadcasting software we use and love. I feel it's miles ahead of OBS and Streamlabs. It's constantly updated because it is a paid service. And if you follow the link in chat, it will get you 10% off whatever you do. Thank you, Drew. Please take care of yourself post-stream. Make sure you get that hydration and some food and some rest. Appreciate you again for the raid. And welcome in, Ashley. Hello there, friend. So yes.
This, here, and then here.
Thank you. Also, we've partnered with and we're sponsored by Z League, which is a service in which you can play in Warzone, Apex, League of Legends, or Halo tournaments with actual cash prizes. And if you play in just 5 tournaments in a month, you're automatically entered into a drawing to win a PS5 just for playing the games you already play and love. So check out Z League. We've got new merch in the merch store. Huzzah. So check that all out. And then last but not least, in this section, we've joined Streamers for Kids. It's a streamer group promoting Extra Life, which, if you're not aware, is a charity to buy sick kids in hospitals gaming equipment to make the things they're in for not quite as unbearable. If you'd like to donate and brighten some child's day, simply follow the link in Twitch chat. Also, don't forget to check in for 1 point in the channel point redemptions below the Twitch chat box. Twitch chat only goes back a little ways, but point redemptions show up for a long time, so please do check in, because I like to give people shout-outs on Twitter for being rock stars and checking in. Plus, when you check in, you get that boss point. And if you save up 69 boss points, you can exchange that for a keychain, homemade keychain of your favorite character, drop shipped right to your door. At 169 points, if you decide to save up that many instead, you can trade it in for a Gamersledge t-shirt for free, sent straight to you. So it's kind of our rewards program. Also, if you are hosting us, please let us know with the new 1 point. I'm hosting Redemption. Hosting helps promote us to Mr. Algorithm. So if you're not already hosting someone else, please do consider giving us a host. The schedule for the rest of this week: tomorrow at noon Pacific, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, at Kokeshi Ken Media's channel, which I'm going to give him a quick shout out just so you can know where you got to go. Shout out to at Kokeshi Ken Media. There we go. We will be doing a special 2-hour AEW Rampage Grand Slam live reactions and reviews. So join us for that tomorrow on Kokeshi Ken Media's channel. We'll be back here on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 Central, 5 Eastern for Sunday Streamer Tech Support. It's 5.5 hours of questions and answers, jack-jawing, goofing around, and talking about anything under the sun. I always think we're never going to have 5 hours worth of actual stuff to do, but we do every week, so it's kind of crazy. So there's that. So come join us. It's a lot of fun. If you've got any questions about anything, feel free to come and ask. And then that's the end of this week. Last but not least, I always do forget to say so. If you are a Fork Knife player or you use the Epic PC Store, we are an established Epic partner. Enter code Gamersledge on the store page if you feel like supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. Again, that code is Gamersledge. And that,
if you have done it before, remember to do it again, because it happened to me again. I bought something and then realized they'd blanked it out of the store again.
I totally didn't set it before I bought all the V coins to level myself up this season. So there's that. Because I didn't realize it was gone again.
Yeah.
That's all the announcements. So let's go around the room and do what we always do. And that is talk about what we've been doing, playing, watching for the last couple weeks. And then we'll jump in from there. And I actually need to turn some reward points on because I just noticed they were off. So let me do that while you guys, let's have Dave go first, because I think he had a lot of stuff.
I did. I've been busy. I've been playing stuff. It's freaking me out. I even beat a game.
These lies.
Yeah, a lot.
So I'm going to start with TV real quick, because that's the easy stuff. Caught up on Game of Thrones, caught up on AEW, caught up on I watched what else have I been watching?
Andor.
She-Hulk I'm caught up on. Andor was a new one added in, and I was able to watch that Cyberpunk Netflix series. That was really awesome. And that kicked off me actually wanting to check out the Cyberpunk game, because I've been kind of in a cyberpunk mood lately. And so I checked in, and apparently the PS5 version's all great now. And I know Mark said he never had any issues with it or anything like that, but apparently everybody else did. So I felt confident, downloading it now. And it was also half off, so It was only $25, so I figured, hey, why not? So I actually started playing that a little bit. I did get really annoyed in one part because I wanted to like stop playing for the night, and it said like, no, you can't save here. And I'm like, I want to save here, and it was like, no, you're not gonna save here. And I'm like, I thought you were a modern console, and it was just like, nope, you thought wrong. So I'm like, all right, cool. I guess we'll keep playing for a little bit. And it made me realize how terrible I am at first-person shooters and why I'm playing the game. I'm gonna play the game as a stealth hacker, kind of build, because like I have it set to easy, and I almost died on the first mission where you have to be all shooty. So yeah, not my.
It's not
No.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's not my strong point. Definitely not my strong point. But I got it started. I'm looking forward to playing more, which obviously isn't happening tonight.
We could after the podcast.
Yeah, after this, I'll be. Yeah, right. So other games. Radiant Silvergun dropped on the Switch. Everybody knows Radiant Silvergun, right?
I've heard of it.
Of course we do.
Yeah, you're just saying that.
Of course I
It's,
am.
it's a treasure shooter that was on the Sega Saturn. I believe.
Actually, I do remember this game now.
Yes.
It's like, oh wait, I actually do know that game.
It's probably one of the greatest shooters that most people didn't play. I actually did make an appearance on the Xbox. Which Xbox did I have? The 360?
260, yeah.
60. It did make an appearance on the Xbox 360. Arcade, whatever, their downloadable stuff was back then. So, it did have an audience, hopefully back then. I think the Switch is a great place for it. It is a, classic style shooter, but it has a lot of depth to it. You have like multiple weapons. It has that treasure kind of classic. A lot of people remember Ikaruga that appeared on the GameCube, where you had the light and dark, kind of stuff.
Dave,
This actually,
Dave,
what?
Most people watching will not remember anything from the GameCube.
Okay, you're right, but I'm just trying to, make myself feel better here. So let me have it.
I totally remember it, if that makes you feel better.
It does for once. Okay, so there's gameplay in it that basically has like different colored waves of enemies. There'll be like, primary colors like, yellow and red. And if you shoot the red first and then the yellow, or just like all red, you build up a combo and everything. And that what?
Primary colors such as red and yellow? Really?
Okay. Yeah, all right. What people think are primary colors.
Yeah, I mean we're talking the 8 crayon box here. That's what most people think of primary colors, not the actual primary colors by definition of light.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize to all the graphic designers out there. And rightfully so. That was wrong of me. However, yes. So the main colors that people mostly think about, so like there's like red and like yellow waves, and if you like take them out, like you build up like bonuses and stuff like that. There's multiple weapons. There's like laser. There's like a tracking thing that like locks on people. There's like a homing one, all mapped to different buttons. There's a sword that like swirls around your spaceship that like absorbs bullets and like sets up a big bonus screen bomb thing. It's you gotta play it. It's great. It's like probably the best example of like an old school new school shooter ever. It's beloved by people who love those type of games, so definitely play it. I just downloaded today. It just dropped today. Shovel Knight Dig just dropped. So I downloaded that. I didn't get to play it yet. Secret of Monkey Island, the new Secret of Monkey Island dropped. Now, if you're not even remember the GameCube stuff, you're definitely not going to remember this crap. This went all the way back to like PC in the 80s.
Back when the PC was like a 300X.
Yes, it was like so. This was used to be a division of LucasArts. So Lucasfilm had a game division back in the day, and they made games. And one of their big games was Maniac Mansion. And then the next game, if I got the timeline right, so it went Maniac Mansion, Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, and then Monkey Island was the next one. Do I got that right? Mark, you're
Yeah,
old.
that sounds right.
Sounds right.
I think that was the way. So it was like the next in the line of that series. Done by Ron Gilbert, was the producer behind it. David Fox, which, yeah, what?
Just as an FYI, we're so old that LucasArts exists again.
Oh, they exist again?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
making games again.
So,
Oh, wow.
as a subsidiary of Disney, but
Right.
Yeah.
But still,
Oh, sweet.
that I didn't think wasn't aware you didn't know that. So
I
when
just
you
assumed
said that, yeah,
I just assumed it was there as an in joke at this point, because there's nothing but in jokes in that game. But it is a
No,
old school.
actually, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and Loom came out after Zack McCracken and before Secret of Monkey Island.
Loom. I always forget about Loom.
oh yeah, I do too.
And yeah, Indiana Jones was in between that.
I actually played that one too.
I did as
Oh,
well.
it's really good.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I got curious, so I looked it up. And Monkey
Wait.
Island, Secret of Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2 came out back-to-back years. I
Yeah.
didn't remember that. I thought there was a gap there.
Yeah, there wasn't much of a gap in those. So it has an all new art style. It's a very much a old school kind of scum based PC point and click adventure, made famous by LucasArts, where you click on objects, you interact with them, you talk to people, you have conversations. There's lots of funny dialogue in it. It's very much it's a revisit to the old style stuff. It is great. I love the art style, love the music, love love the conversations in the game. It's like revisiting a very old friend, very old dear friend.
I just saw a video where they had like inserted a joke about remasters
Oh yeah, I'm sure
in the
that it's
game.
all
So,
yeah. There's all kinds of stuff like that in there. It's great. They throw little nods back to the old stuff. They're very self-referential for stuff. They make a lot of jokes about tropes in the game of how they have to do things and just how silly some puzzles are and stuff. It's just it's great fun. The developers clearly love it. I'm so stoked that it's all the old developers are all behind it and everything. It's definitely pick it up. I think it's worth anybody checking it out. If you'd like to have fun.
do you know how much it's retailing for?
I don't know. I think it might be. I don't think it's very expensive, to be honest. But I'm not sure. I think I had some Nintendo Gold points that I used toward it, so my cost was a little off. But it's worth it. It's just a great, if you like
It's
that old school kind of stuff.
$10 on Steam.
Are you serious?
The
The newest one?
Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition.
No, that's the old.
It's Tales of Monkey Island, right?
Oh,
I believe it's
Tale?
Return to Monkey Island.
Return.
No, it's Return to Monkey Island.
Yeah, so it's on Steam and it's on Switch.
Yeah, Return to Monkey Island.
Yeah,
is-
Return to Monkey Island. Yeah.
Yeah, Mac, Windows, and Nintendo Switch. And it is $24.99.
yeah,
on
I thought it
Steam.
was $25.
That's pretty good.
That's
No,
fine.
it's a worthy spend, for it's a lot of fun. I got the pre-order. I pre-ordered so I can get the horse armor.
Yes, the useless horse armor.
It does
That
nothing.
does nothing in the game,
You just have it.
which
And
is
it's just-
hilarious.
which I love. I love that it's there. I love that it's going to do nothing. It's just my favorite thing ever. So I'm just a big fan of it. I beat, well, sort of beat, mostly beat Arcade Paradise. Did you ever hear of this game?
No.
I've heard you mention it. That's about it.
Yeah, nobody's going to talk about this. So, You know how I'm a sucker for like old school, kind of stuff. So this game is you basically start off with your dad giving you a job at a laundromat that he owns, and you discover some old arcade games in the back that are there just like, collecting some quarters, and you kind of get this idea in your head that these things are making, can have the possibility of making more money than the laundromat. So you start kind of going in and you buy an extra game and you put it in the back there. Next thing you know, you start like, trying to clean up the area, expand it and everything like that. So it's kind of like a series of mini games, basically. You have the laundromat mini game where you have to like do some laundry, for people, and you make money off that. You have to clean up the trash around there real quick, which is, extra money. Doing things like that. Then you have like upgrades that you can get in the game to make your quality of life a little bit better. Like, you have to clean up stuff less. Different things that like, make the time go slower so you can play more games and stuff. When you start buying the arcade games, then they're actually like all little kind of riffs on classic games, throughout history. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's puzzle games, there's action games, there's like, kind of like a old school Grand Theft Auto meets Pac-Man kind of game where you have to like run around a city collecting dots, and then if you crash into a police car, you have to like run and hit them with music to make them dance, and then you're running to find your car again. There's like all kinds of like crazy stuff in there. There's like a Streets of Rage knockoff. There's whack-a-mole. There's darts. There's pool. There's air hockey. All these things, and in there you also get these like little mini tasks to do, like beating a certain score in a game, and that makes the game make more money. You tweak like how they do things to make more money. As you make more money, you buy more games. As you buy more games, you expand the place, and eventually you turn the whole thing into a big arcade that's successful, and then you can like do more stuff.
I actually lied. I do know this game that you're talking about.
Oh, you do?
Yes, it is on everything, and it's $20.
Yes. And
I did not know about the laundromat side of it, but I
Yeah.
did see this on PlayStation a little. I think it came out like in August or something like that. I was looking through the new games list and I saw it in there at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's an arcade sim. I didn't know about the laundry part of it, but that's
the laundry, that's kind of like the necessary evil at the beginning, and it's like a way to make like extra money as you're doing, like get your quick money like as you're doing stuff. And which is just kind of funny because like I remember my wife looked over at me and she goes, "Are you playing a game about doing laundry?" And I'm just like, "Just don't ask." But it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of the games in it are actually kind of fun. There's some really good music in the game. You get a jukebox and you have to like unlock some music, and there's this like one song in there that I swear like should be like out there as a real song. It's I have to like send you a link to it. It's like really good. And it's just kind of like, it's not a band or anything like that. Like they made it just for the game, and I'm kind of annoyed at that because I want to listen to more stuff from it. I'm trying to think what else is there. Said I played Cyberpunk. Yeah, I think we're caught up there.
Okay.
And I'm reading the second book of the Three Body Problem. I'm still reading that.
Matt, you're up next.
All right. So it's been sparse, but there's been some stuff. So I'll leave this one for last because it'll probably be a run over between your and my lists. But finished Cobra Kai season 5, which I believe is the final season. I don't think they're planning on any more. So, what was that?
I forgot that dropped.
Yeah, I'd forgotten until the last week when Joe was on and he mentioned it. It was like, oh yeah, I need to knock that out quick.
Yeah, we're watching this one. It's it's like 5 days and whatever. It's like the hospital during the Katrina hurricane, and it's extremely depressing. So we need a pick me up show after this. So I think that's a perfect one.
So since you guys have watched 4 seasons of this, and I've not started it at all, is it worth it?
Oh yeah,
yeah, I find it enjoying.
Okay.
I mean, seasons 3 could be a little rough getting through. That's
Before-
where it switches. That switches where it's 3 and 4 is where it switches from the adults to the kids more, and that was a rough shift for some people.
Got it.
And then 5 kind of shifts back to being more about the adults.
Oh, good.
So, I mean, you still got some of the kid stuff to resolve too, but it focuses a lot more on the adults in season 5. So, yeah,
It's a worthy show overall. Like,
yeah, and it's short,
it's
so
fun.
you'll burn through it in like an hour with your time compression wizardry. So you'll be fine.
Great.
Because my oldest had never seen any of the original movies. He'd only ever seen the remake with Jackie Chan and the kid. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. Yeah, Will Smith's kid. We watched the original Karate Kid, the first one. It's a decent period movie. I mean, it's not, no one would sit down today and say this is the greatest piece of cinema ever made. But if you're looking for something from that period, yeah. It's just it's still there. And I forgot the ending. I must be remembering the beginning of Karate Kid 2 as the ending of Karate Kid 1, because if it had stopped after that, Cobra Kai couldn't have possibly existed. They do things at the end of Karate Kid 1 that assumed there would never be a sequel.
Yes.
And then they essentially retcon that immediately at the beginning of Karate Kid 2. I'm guessing. We haven't watched 2 yet, but I'm guessing that all happens at the beginning.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They do. The beginning of 2 started at the end of 1.
So what I thought was the end of 1, I'm remembering the beginning of 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they did pull a stunt like that.
Okay, so I was just like, that's the end. That's not how I remember the end of this movie. So that was a little bit confusing, but other than that, it was a good spending of a Friday night. Still working through Better Call Saul season 2. This show definitely hits the vibes for me better than Breaking Bad. I really liked the first season of Breaking Bad, and then from there on it was kind of diminishing returns. It was still a really good show. It's still really well produced and built, except for the writer strike season where they did a lot of weird crap. But yeah, Better Call Saul was definitely much more my kind of show to watch than Breaking Bad was.
I think Better Call Saul is the better show between the two, to be honest.
Yeah, it is for me at least. But again, it still has that really well crafted, everything about it is just really, really well crafted. And, they get to learn all the things that, employ all the lessons learned from doing Breaking Bad, right? And building a show in that kind of world. And the rules of that world are already established too, right? So it's not like you're having to create something from scratch. You're massaging it. So, I'm excited to keep on going through that. So I'll keep going through that on my elliptical rides. I have been playing TIEM quite a bit.
Nice.
Just because I haven't really felt like I've had time to sit down and pour into something. Like I still have to finish Returnal. I still I've got a whole bunch of games from Plus Extra, or is that what those? Whatever the higher level of Plus is called.
King Kamehameha.
Yeah, exactly. That I want to try to play. Plus, I bought like 4 games in the last year that I haven't even touched. And, now that everybody's playing Cyberpunk again, I still have never touched that. So that's sitting there too. So, but, I feel like I just don't have enough time to pour to any one of those things. So I end up doing little stuff like TIEM. I'm in the 4th area now.
We switched places. Matt is now me.
Yeah.
I am Matt.
Yeah,
100%. Maybe once, as I say, life calms down. I don't know when the heck that's going to happen. But and then we have been doing the Fortnite.
Hold on. Let's talk about TIEM.
Okay. So TIEM's it is. It's a fun little game. It's kind of a scum game mixed with Pokemon Snap, right? So it's black and white artsy style, and you play a character who's going on an adventure to go find the toem, because apparently this is a thing you do in the world. You go find the toem and you take a picture of it, and then your life is complete and you're ready to just carry on with being an adult. So in the course of the game, you go to these different areas, and to get to the next area, you have to unlock the bus. And to unlock the bus, you have to fulfill quests for people. And these quests involve taking pictures of stuff in the world. And it's also part puzzly, right? Because they'll give you like become a tomato, and you have to find, the thing where you can take a picture of yourself like next to a tomato, or in a stand-up thing like you'd see at like a boardwalk where, you're the muscle guy and the bikini babe, and you stick your face through the hole, and they get the picture taken or something like that. And then there's different equipment you get from certain quests that'll allow you to do things like see ghosts. And now that you can see the ghosts, you can do quests for the ghosts and finish their quests and do different stuff. You have to have the right kind of shoes to sneak up on a person so that you can do something. It's easy, but it is pretty deep. And of course, if you're me, you're not getting just the number of things you need to get the bus ticket. You're trying to do all of them, right? So you can squeeze a little extra out of it, because you only need like 8 stamps to get the bus ticket, and there's like 15, 16 puzzles or quests per region. And so some of them are hard. There are a few I have not figured out yet.
Yeah. I got stuck in it.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's a fun little game. I mean, if you were going to tear through it, it's probably 4 hours if you were just going to tear through it beginning to end and not worry about finding all the quests and stuff. I'm guessing, because I put way more than that in it, and I'm not at the end yet. So
yeah, I'm definitely more than 4 hours into it. But I'm the same way. Like I'm exploring every nook and cranny, of that kind of stuff. So.
And how does the crank work in this one?
This is on PlayStation. No crank.
I was just seeing if you actually became Dave.
Oh, no. It would be the zoom on the camera, though. That's what it would be. It would definitely be the zoom on the camera.
You're thinking of casual birder on the thing. But the last call, like the last one I was on, the season finished. I said, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? I don't remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of great stuff on there. It's very fun. But continue.
Nice. So yeah. I guess if I was going to give it a score uncompleted, I'd say it's a solid 8. It's well executed. I've only run into one bug where I had to stop the game and start over because the menu item wouldn't select in a conversation tree.
Ryan, welcome in. Thank you for making it for 10
minutes. Yeah, it's a fun little
podcast.
straightforward
Appreciate
game. It is. What was it? Was it this month's plus? Because it was a monthly game, wasn't it? I think it's this month's plus.
Also, Dragon, welcome
so
in.
If you have even just plus.
Hello there.
No, just plus, right? Plus Essential. That's what it's called now. Plus Essential. Then you could go grab that right now. Fortnite new season has started. Seems fine so far.
Splatoon? I mean Fortnite.
Or is it Splatoon? Yeah,
Oh, hi,
Fortnite,
Mark.
the Splatoon season. We've only played the one night. I didn't have a very good night. Didn't really hit anything. I don't know. It felt really janky that night, and I don't know. A lot of people were talking about lag and stuff while we were playing, so I don't know if the servers are just that pounded with the new season, or if the Splatoon Chrome stuff is just putting that much more stress on the everything that, or all the above.
All the above.
But I had times where I was like 2 feet away from somebody with an SMG, unloaded the entire clip into their face, and like 2 numbers popped up. Okay, I don't know. I give up. But I'm guessing it'll settle down. I mean, the Chrome stuff won't settle down unless they get rid of it. But the everybody's doing the mad rush to get their Game Pass done as quickly as they can, and then they'll go move on to other games, and then it'll settle down for a few months. So that's really all I've done for games the last couple of weeks. I did do some comic catch up. I have not read issue 5. It's in my possession. I have not read it yet. But I did catch up on a couple of different Star Wars series and all of my Avengers series that I'm reading. I've caught up on those.
Ryan, it's not going to happen. I suck at Apex. I'm not going to play it.
Oh, Apex. Yeah, from what I've seen of Apex too, that's too fast. I can't. My old man genes don't hold up to that. And then I'm still reading White Knight, which is the 9th book in the Dresden Files series. Enjoying this one pretty much so far. This is the last couple have been really, really solid. It's been fun watching him evolve as a writer. I mean, it's still basement dweller power fantasy to a large extent, but it's fun. It's a fun, quick little read. Watching him write himself out of the holes he wrote himself into in the early books has been fun, because you can see the machinations of him retconning his own universe without retconning it, actually, using the character development to work his way out of the holes. So that's been fun. And that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's been a random thing here or there. Oh yeah, I did watch She-Hulk, not this week. I haven't caught Andor yet. Yeah.
I am looking this up just for you, Ryan. I'm going to put the link because we have played Apex on stream before, and it's real bad.
I'm excited for Matt to watch Andor. It's really good.
Yeah, all the kids will be home this weekend, so we might chunk some time out tomorrow and do that.
Yeah, it actually goes quick.
Yeah, I was surprised to see they were 40+ minute episodes. I thought they would be the shorter time.
Oh,
but
I'm actually glad to hear that, because if you're gonna do like a
I thought they would
espionage
the
kind of
shorter
plot
time.
like that, I would rather it has some meat to it.
Yeah, and it's 12 episodes too, not 8 or 10. So
that's good too.
Yeah, and the first 3 episodes like wrap up a nice arc. Like it's man, they did a really solid job on it, and I'm curious to see what Matt's going to think on it, but I really dug it.
So what are the hate complaints that have been on it so far? Is it?
No, I haven't looked.
You haven't seen any?
I have not seen any, actually.
And
I've seen nothing but praise for it, that it's well put together, well paced, and well acted. So
super well acted. I mean, they got a great cast.
I mean, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I actually want to watch this.
But Rogue One is the one movie that you do like.
It is, and that's
this is
why
the prequel to that.
I know, and that's why I'm gonna like it. Although I don't know why it's set on the ice planet.
I'm not gonna take the bait. I'm not gonna take the bait. I'm not gonna take the bait. I'm not gonna take.
So mad.
Oh, wait! Is this the one where the Ewoks live?
So mad. I'm laughing at that.
I almost want to believe that he's actually being, not being intentionally ignorant and actually is confused.
I actually don't
true.
remember the name of the planet that the Ewoks live.
Well, no, Andor is the name of the series, which is Cassian Andor, the main character.
Oh, I thought it was after a planet. Okay.
No. Endor is the name of the moon where the Ewoks live from Return of the Jedi.
So what's the
Andor?
That I'm
Hoth.
Oh, Hoth
is the ice planet.
Okay.
Yes.
I really didn't remember. So it's okay. I thought the ice planet was Endor, actually.
No, but ice planet is
everybody knows it's Hoth. Come on, you knew that.
I might have once you said it, but I kind of forgot for a moment.
You know. You're just trying to mess.
He's placating me now or something. I don't know. Anyway, let the man talk.
You're pulling a Dave. Is what's happening.
So so I do want to watch that. I'm excited to, because I've heard nothing.
I think you'll like it because it really has nothing to do
with Star Wars.
Anything.
Yeah.
In the Star Wars universe, which is what I've been wanting to see. Which is, it's just fantastic. Like, it's such a great world to put a story in, and man, I can't see anything.
The world to put the story in, Endor.
Yes.
Yes. And then I forgot to go back to the thing that I said was going to be the good turnover conversation for us. Was I watched episode 1 of Quantum Leap, the new Quantum Leap series.
Why don't we just talk about it now?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so I don't. But I don't. Also, I don't care.
Did you watch the old series?
No
when it
problem,
was?
Ryan. Thank you for
I
stopping
did,
by.
but I unless I hear that like this show is like a must watch, like I'm not gonna bother. Like if it's not.
So here's my spoiler-free review of it. I think we knew that I was worried pre-release because the showrunner left like 3/4 of the way through the season, and they had to
That's-
pick which is a bad sign.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bad sign.
That's a great sign. No, it's a great sign.
I mean, maybe.
That means everything is going great. Everything's great.
So, and then right before it launched, of course, Scott Bakula came out and said, "Hard pass on being involved."
Yeah.
Which also not a great sign. And so when you watch this episode, there's an entire conversation that is literally done from a behind the head of the person talking shot because they completely redid the dialogue in post. So it tells me that the story must have pretty radically changed, that they needed to do that. The special effects in the first episode, not good. Like,
No.
I'm usually harsh on stuff because I went to school for that stuff. These are really not good, especially the first time the imaging chamber comes
gosh.
offline.
That's like
Ooh,
Hercules, the legendary journeys. Like
No,
bad.
that's insulting Hercules.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
you didn't have the matte lines that had. I mean,
Oh,
there
man.
was like
in her
there
hair.
was like a solid like halo around her like that.
Yeah, it's like
of
somebody
matte lines.
doesn't know how to do like basic effects editing.
But in all fairness, just going back to the Scott Bakula thing, he only didn't want to be a part of it after he read the script.
Right. So
Which is not.
yeah,
But
Oh,
anyway,
I know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
So
Sorry.
that being said, I have one more complaint about the first episode, and then let's talk about the positives. They ended the episode in the weirdest freaking way. It's like there's so much story that they lay out, and then it's like they prevent
nope, we're done.
the first third, and then like, oh, we're done, and you get to leap. And I'm like,
I mean, they
what?
set it up like it was going to be a two-parter, like the original pilot was.
Yeah.
And then they just decided, yeah, no.
I have one more complaint, actually. No song, no leaping sound effect
No.
that we're familiar with. I didn't
That's
mind
the effect. That was the one.
That
good
was the
effect,
one good
though.
effect. Was his leaping effect was really cool. But then on the pluses side, I thought the story was good. I thought the setup was good. The intrigue is there. I actually really like almost all of the characters, and I think it's interesting that you get to see it from both sides. Whereas before
Yeah.
we were just stuck with Sam and the rest was kind of a mystery. This is interesting because of the plot hook that they set up at the very beginning of it that makes you want to know what's going on both sides of the equation.
Yeah. And I mean, they've set it up and they're trying to do a balancing act. I see that and I respect that because they want the old fans to come in and see something that they saw in the old show and find familiarity in that. But they also want to do something different with, having the current, future, whatever timeline, concurrently running and a plot going on there.
Well, see,
that twist was so obvious. It about beat me over the head with an elephant.
Well, but that's what I think they changed. In all honesty, I think that's what.
Oh, that's why it's all.
That's why it's
blacked out
all like
and everything,
because they're writing that story into the thing that was originally shot that had nothing to do with that, and
Right.
that's fine.
That's entirely possible.
And I have no problem with that either, because sure, give us an anchor for I don't mind that so much, but we'll see where it goes. But I will say Ernie Hudson always has my vote for.
Oh yeah, Ernie Hudson was great, and actually most of the cast was actually really good. I mean, the guy playing Ben overdid it a little bit in a few spots, but again, you're playing a guy who they overplayed the Swiss cheese memory thing too. But that I mean, it's
Stand
again
by
some
for
of that
one
stuff
second
is
because we got another raid. Ty with the raid of
1 million people.
Thank you for the raid. Let's hit that raid video real quick. Welcome in everybody to Gamersledge. We're a group of 11 different editors and contributors. We watch, read, and play just about everything pop culture related in order to help you wisely spend your hard-earned discretionary income. And then we stream our recommendations here on our Twitch stream. Of course, in the evenings on Fridays, we do our pop culture bi-weekly podcast, news and reviews. And this is our raid video because it encapsulates our sense of humor. Please to enjoy.
I like to sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun. Love you. Let's go over here. Just you and me. I just wanted to say,
Can we do more kazoo?
you're my special friend.
Raiders, you're our special friend. Ty, Star Wars, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for the raid. We hope everybody has a great time here. Raid video out.
All right, very good. So yes, as I was saying, welcome in Raiders. We hope everybody has a great time here. Thank you, Ty. You could have gone anywhere. Appreciate you coming here. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you take care of yourself. Do that post-stream self-care. Appreciate you very much. I thought it was well acted. The only character that really had nothing to do the entire episode, and I don't understand why they're there yet, was the blonde guy.
The one who fixed Ziggy?
Sort of. Did he?
Well, he bossed the people around who were fixing Ziggy.
Yeah, it was a little like,
He
what
was
are
he
you
was sitting
actually
next to
doing?
Well, I mean, the one girl didn't do a whole heck of a lot either. I mean, she tried to recover deleted files. That was about all she did.
Head of security.
Yeah, she's the security. But I mean, that I think that is the problem that this one suffers versus the original is you do have a lot more characters and you have even less screen time now than you did in the 90s. So
Right.
now you're taking away from the Ben story to do future time stuff. And then you have 6, 4, 5, whatever it was, future time characters you're trying to track.
I mean,
And
to
so
be
you're
fair,
trying
they
to
kept it
cram
pretty
a
short.
lot. They did, but they're still trying to cram a lot extra into that,
Yes.
38-minute window you've got now.
Right. So I'm willing to give it a couple more, like, to see how it goes. I think probably within the first, 6 episodes that we're going to get an answer. I mean, my wife gets really upset when I look at the first episode of something and tell her what the story is going to be. I'm pretty sure I can tell you exactly what the story is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's fine as long as it's executed well. We'll see if it does that.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's holding its cards too tightly to its chest, which is fine. I am worried about the effects. That level of not caring makes me feel like they've already written the show off.
It's a friggin' primetime show. How is that possible?
I don't know.
On terrestrial TV. It's not even on cable.
And they advertised the living crud out of it.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, this is like the pilot to Buck Rogers in the 25th century where you had the boom mic drop into the shot like 10 times during the pilot episode. It's like, this is just like, I don't know what the heck's going on here, people. Please, that's the biggest
streaming
thing.
anywhere. I want to watch it because you mentioned it.
It's
What,
actually
Buck
one
Rogers?
of our sub emotes. When people sub for more than 5 months, it's Buck Rogers falling forward in time.
Nice. Is it? It
And
doesn't
funny,
answer your
Seen it
question
on
though.
anything recently.
the funniest
I don't
thing
know.
is that when our sub video ends, when he gets to the 25th century, it cuts to one of the airlocks, and I'll be damned if it's not the Super Smash logo.
All right, I'll look it up since you're not answering.
It's a great question. Thanks for asking, Dave.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, we've hit the part
looks
of the
like
whistle.
it's on Tubi.
Oh,
Oh,
Tubi's a free streaming server.
Yeah, but what? I don't want to install another damn app.
Oh, it looks like it's also, it says NBC3, so maybe is that Peacock?
Oh, that, by the way, I did have to sign up for Peacock, which I signed up for the free service, which is ad supported.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot on there. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Like I'm a Hulu diehard, but all the NBC stuff is disappearing from Hulu, and that's really the main reason that I subbed. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, we watch MasterChef and a couple other Fox things on there, but really we were there for Saturday Night Live and a bunch of other NBC stuff. And so it's like I'll probably just drop Hulu and go straight to Peacock eventually whenever I drop Hulu. So
Yeah, but they have all the classic wrestling on there.
But see, the thing is, I want to wait because I still have a feeling that Peacock and HBO Max are going to merge since they're all under one company now.
Dude, who knows what's going on with that?
Yeah,
It's
so I'm just gonna
so beyond annoying with that. I'm over it.
Yeah. But yes, Quantum Leap has potential, but wasn't very good for the first episode. I would say if you were a fan, and I just want to be clear, Quantum Leap is probably my favorite television show that was on actual television ever. I've watched every episode of all 7 seasons, I think. I think it's 7 seasons.
So I think
That was
so.
on for 7 seasons. Wow.
Yeah. And I think it's like it's one of my reasons that Scott Bakula is like one of my favorite actors of all time, because it didn't seem to matter whatever you dropped him into, he did phenomenally with it. And that was, that was definitely a show of the week kind of theme of the week kind of show. And it was really, really well done, well written, especially in the later seasons where they got a little more ballsy, I guess would be the way to say that. But time travel is my thing. And this was like one of the most unique time travel theories that has ever been put forth to the American public ever. And I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it here, just because of my love for the first show. So I will continue to watch just for my love of the first show, in the hopes that this is, Buck Rogers got better after the pilot. I'm hoping this gets better after the pilot.
Yeah, 5 seasons.
Oh, is it 5? Oh, 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Right. They had 7 planned, but they only made it 5.
And they made 5
That's
because
right.
that's why the end of season 5 is so weird, because it was originally a season finale and they
yep.
tweaked it at the last minute
to be a series finale. Yep. Okay, so that brings us to me. I'm gonna move from watching to playing, and then I'll come back to I'll just do watching now. Harley Quinn season 3 is just chef's kiss across the board.
I still gotta watch that.
Oh my god, Dave!
I know.
Oh my god! Like episode 8, I was howling with laughter. It is so. I think I figured out why I like it so much, because we were talking about irreverence the last time we talked about it, and I don't usually like things that are super irreverent to the source material, but it's also 1000% dead on. It is like, it's one of those things that is making fun of it, but at the same time exposing the core truth in a way that is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. She-Hulk, I am caught up. Episode 5 is probably my second favorite episode so far.
It's so good. That show is so enjoyable.
It took me until this episode to realize who's playing Titania, because her American accent was throwing me off so much I didn't recognize it was Jamila Jamil from The Good Place.
I didn't see The Good Place. It's another show that I need to watch.
Oh my God, Dave.
I know.
Dave, you must watch it. It's so good.
I know. I've been told, and
that show made Jamila Jamil. Seriously, like she's so good in it. Anyways, I had no idea Titania was her until this episode, because she's a British actress and her American accent is so good that I actually thought she was American, and
Nice.
so it threw me off quite a bit. Anyways, this is a great episode. AEW Dynamite Grand Slam was like legit, straight up 10, 5 championship matches. Oh, Lexi was so pissed about the Jericho match
Why?
because she didn't want Claudio to lose the belt that quickly.
Oh, well.
She was so pissed about that.
Well, if she wanted Claudio to have the belt longer, she should have asked for him to get a personality.
Oh my God, dude,
What?
she would fight you over the thing right now. I'm
But
serious.
it's true. It's what's held him back his whole career.
No, I thought he was doing good in his promos. He was good.
He was doing all right, but he's not Jericho.
Well,
I mean,
the thing about it is that she didn't know who Claudio was.
Yeah.
Until I filled her in, and then of course she got behind him, especially since they gave him his first, world championship after 11 years of being mismanaged and, all this type of stuff. And so she was all behind him. And the fact that Jericho won, oh, she was hot about that. She's like, I'm going to quit watching wrestling. I'm like, no, you're not. Shut up.
that's the whole purpose.
I know. It's like, you got a reaction out of you. That's the whole point. I caught up on Black Summoner, which is probably one of my favorite animes of all time right now. It is a isekai, which means it's somebody who's been summoned into another world. But the interesting thing about this is that I guess the person that they summoned was accidentally killed by a god. And so the god sends him to the goddess of reincarnation. And in exchange for his memories, he uses it as extra starting skill points and abilities. And so he has no recollection of his previous life, but he creates himself as like the most powerful character basically that's in the world, but wants to live a peaceful life where no one recognizes him or wants anything from him. But he's created himself as the most powerful person on the planet. So of course people are going to notice, and it kind of unfolds from there. And it's
I did that in the mud once that crashed. And there was like, I was playing alone like way late at night, and there was a god actually out there, and he recreated me, but he put all my, so you remember what your stats were? And I was like, oh yeah, they were this, but he did it from level 1, set my stats, and then leveled me up.
Oh wow.
So I became this like underling walking god, and nobody could understand why I was able to like tank for everybody. They were going on like epic quests and everything, and I was able to just like clear the rooms, and they're like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't know, I just got lucky.
And a MUD, for those of you that are not 40 plus years old, is a multi-user dungeon text-based RPG, the predecessor of the MMORPG. I played them on VAX systems, which weren't actually computers. They were dumb terminals hooked up to a very large server in a room somewhere from the 1960s. Anyways.
Oh god.
The one at my school was called O'Brien.
I don't think ours had a name. I don't think ours had
IBM VAX.
Dude, the Moo I programmed on is still up to this day.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
How?
Good forethought and planning on the person who made it.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I log into it once in a blue moon. My coder credentials are still there, and I am a god, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, and hilarious. So yes, watch that. Dynamite was great. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's amazing. Black Summoner is really, really good. I believe there's 12 episodes up on Crunchyroll right now. Watch Quantum Leap. We've been watching MasterChef Back to Win. I'm going to talk about two other things here that are neither playing nor watching things. The first one is I got my iPhone 14 Pro Max in King Kamehameha edition.
Oh, is that the new hotness?
Yes. So it's the 48 megapixel photos. It is the 3 giant cameras on the back. One does telephoto. So
One's wide.
yeah, it's pretty nice. Super speedy. Like I haven't upgraded in 4 years because I was waiting for like at least some semblance of a major change in them.
Yeah.
And this was I like bit on this one. I really like it. I'm taking it to TwitchCon instead of the mirrorless because it will do the same stuff, and I can stick it in my pocket. So it should be a lot of fun. I've got a tripod already for the camera, or for the phone, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting kind of like just digging into it now. Got everything. It was seamless to transfer everything over. Apple's really done a good job of making that as easy as humanly possible. Like you literally take the camera from the new phone and scan a QR code on the old phone, and it automatically syncs and transfers everything.
Nice.
So it's super easy.
It's about time they figured that out.
It's been like that for like the last, I don't know, 3 versions, I think. 4 versions. I don't know. And then I also I went to a hot pot, and I had been wanting to try something for a while, and I just never like had the opportunity to. It's called gochujang, which it's basically a tomato paste with spices and a kick. And it is it's a Korean staple. And I've known about it for a while, but I've never actually got to try it in its base form.
It's like hot ketchup.
I'd say it's more like tomato paste than tomato sauce.
Gotcha.
So, anyways, I tried it on some stuff directly, which was good, but then I actually put it with broth and made a soup out of it. It was phenomenal. Like,
Cool.
It's really, really good. So, I am now going to order gochujang to keep in the house at all times.
That's what the stuff is called?
Yeah, gochujang.
You're going to have to send me a link because I can't focus right now.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, I will do so.
Yeah, thank you.
And then as for stuff I played D&D, played Deadlands. We have 3 episodes left, and then Thursday nights we'll convert to a multiplayer RPG evening. One Punch Man. Oh, and speaking of, I need to do a PSA. On the Epic Store right now, Gloomhaven, which was a hit board game that got converted into a multiplayer tactical CRPG, that is free on the Epic Store right now. So if you don't have it, you should go download it on your PC. It's called Gloomhaven, and it's free. Also started a new mobile game called One Punch Man, the Strongest Man on Earth. It is on both iOS and Android. It is a gacha game. But that being said, I got 50 pulls in my first play session. It cost me $0. Just playing the tutorial and then the game, they give you like tons of tickets. And they have a progressive ladder pull system. So if you don't get like the super, super rare within your first 50 pulls, then you automatically get one on the 50th pull. And I got more than enough pulls to do that, so I got the super, super rare. But it does allow you to recruit heroes and villains from the series. It's got grid-based battles, so a character might hit all enemies on the first row, or they may hit all enemies in a line from front to back, stuff like that. There's a Saitama meter, so in fights, he can come in to wipe one person out with a single punch. So if you're in a boss fight, that's super useful. If you're not in a boss fight, then you can, whoever's harassing you the most, you can take them out in a single punch. So yeah, I played that for a good chunk of time yesterday, actually. I've also been prepping for next Friday night's Fun with Friends Friday, where I let chat spend my money on Amazon. So that should be a lot of fun. I also started playing Immortality, which is the game we had talked about during Not E3. That was the you have to find out what happened to the actress, and they have the 3 movies and behind the scene footage, and you have to scrub through it and click on something that looks like a cross, and then it dissolves to another movie that actually has a cross, and you got to find clues and stuff. I was actually having some issues playing it on my streaming PC, so I loaded it up on the other one, playing just fine. So I don't know what's up there. We also played on last Friday's Fun with Friends Friday stream a game I am very much liking called Ghost Exorcism Inc. It is like Phasmophobia, except that in Phasmophobia you just have to ID the ghost and get out. In this game, you not only have to ID the ghost, you also have to bust it. You have to exorcise it from the place that it's at. Really atmospheric, really nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Chat was taking bets on who was going to die first, so that was a lot of fun. Been playing a lot of PUBG lately as well. I got the McLaren from the McLaren event, so I actually just posted to TikTok a little while ago. First time I took it out in game, I ran over 3 people with it, so success. I'm using the McLaren the way it was intended, apparently. I'm not sure if the McLaren people will like that marketing, but there you go. And also been playing Fortnite. The Chrome Splatoon travel power is literally the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it's Splatoon. And it is.
I mean, they stole them from everything else, so why not?
Yeah. I think the one thing that's different about it that I like is whenever you are Chrome, you take 0 fire damage, 0 falling damage, and if you're near a structure, when you hit it, the wall becomes Chrome and you can phase through it, which is kind of cool for sneaking up on people or surprising people. It's not that useful in practice, but in theory, it's pretty cool. And that's it for me. That is it for me. So that's going to bring us then real quick to news. The news.
News.
I had a piece of news. What was it?
Speaking of Splatoon, fastest selling game ever.
What, Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, right?
I mean, it's a good concept for a game. I just get bored with it after a while.
Yeah, I don't but I'm really shocked that it didn't I guess it was just in Japan it was the fastest selling game.
Oh.
But that's to me more shocking, considering they have holidays for Dragon Quest and stuff. What's the damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Splatoon? Really? That's the all right.
I mean, we're generally a good news stream. I don't focus on the bad stuff, but man, Twitch has had a week.
What they do?
Oh God, it a bunch of their top streamers got embroiled in a bunch of scandals, including one of them admitting that he defrauded a bunch of other streamers for gambling.
Wow.
And that led to a couple other streamers chiming in, and that person firing back that they had done some other really bad stuff, and then it turned out they had done some really other bad. And so that, like I said, just a lot of scandals across that side. Then, because of that gambling thing, a bunch of the other non-related highest streamers on Twitch said, we're going to boycott unless you ban gambling on the platform. And to be clear, they were talking about key gambling and skin gambling, not necessarily, slot machines and stuff like that. Unless it was from a site that had significant protections. So they listed the sites specifically. And it's not any of the stuff that we do or anything like that, for our slot machines or anything like that. But, so that was a win for them. And then a day later, when YouTube announces they're finally monetizing shorts for creators and allowing the views from shorts to contribute towards their partnership if they don't have partnership. Twitch comes out and says, we're slashing how much we're paying all the streamers, the top streamers, because it's too expensive to rent space from Amazon, to rent bandwidth from Amazon, from AWS. That's literally what they said.
Okay.
And they're owned by Amazon.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm just pointing that out.
I knew that, and
Okay.
that's why I found it funny.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not been a
We
good
want
week.
you to produce all the content. We just really don't want to pay you for it.
Right. That's
Can't
really, yeah.
Can't you pull yourselves up by the bootstraps?
And I mean, we
Get out of
knew
our
this
way.
was coming because basically the highest streamers had a 70-30 split instead of a 50-50. 50-50 is what affiliates like us get. So when somebody subs for $5, Twitch gets $2.50 and we get $2.50, which is one of the reasons we do Mechanic. So if you support us there, we get the whole $5. But anyways, I digress. The point is they stopped offering that 70-30 split a while ago. And so
Right.
now they are making it so that everyone who has the 70-30, that will go away after the first $100,000 made in June of next year. And then it converts to 50-50 after that. Now, the weird part is they finally got this big PR win for saying, hey, we are going to ban gambling and make everybody happy. This isn't going into effect until June of next year. So why on that day do you announce that you're cutting subscription revenue for top streamers? Plus, isn't that kind of like shooting the golden cow? Hey, you're really successful on the platform, so we're going to penalize you. It's just like really like head scratching. Anyways, everybody's saying, oh, it's going to be the death of Twitch. Oh, everybody's moving to YouTube. Well, I mean, I've always said from the beginning, diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's the reason we stream to multiple platforms. So there's that. So that's the biggest news from Twitch for this week.
And then they caught the leaker.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is not the end of that story. Then today,
Wait, it gets worse.
yeah, whatever person in Congress is undergoing a scandal right now, said that he was going to use Twitch to broadcast his theories and stuff.
Okay, you really got to get more specific than that.
I'm really not going to,
Because
you can look all this stuff up on any news
someone
site.
in Congress facing issues, that's like
Yes. Well, there you go.
most.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
They caught the leaker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The GTA leaker.
Oh, they caught the leaker.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you should tell people what
yeah.
happened for the rest of the context of that story.
Oh, everybody
Because that
knows.
happened. Yeah, I know you do, but the point is it happened in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
before the
So
podcast.
there was this huge GTA 6 leak, which I'm shocked. I didn't even know they were making a GTA 6. I thought we were just getting 5 for the rest of our lives.
That was a reasonable thing to be thinking. I mean,
Yeah, everybody's known that it's in development, but there was
Did we?
never but there was never confirmation.
Did we? We've had like 6 consoles, and they've all had GTA 5 on them.
Yes. But we all knew it was in development.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we really?
Yes, otherwise the leakers
No.
wouldn't have found it to begin with.
Yeah. So it was funny because, like, so they released all this stuff, and actually, my favorite part of this whole story, was so people apparently were complaining that it looked like crap or anything like that. It's just like, this is a game in development, people. But my favorite part of it was a series of posts from other developers showing what their games look like in development. And there was some really great stuff where they were just like, this is what our game looked like for a year. And it was just like, it looked like just like a block with like, some blocks around it and everything like that, where they were just figuring out like the physics and everything like that. But like graphically the game just looked like, just a bunch of, it looked like an Atari 2600 game, but it was like literally like as they were working out, like, the AI, the logistics, whatever, like else in the game. And so a whole bunch of developers in a show of solidarity posted like, very early developmental, videos or shots of like, what their games look like. And I just thought that was like kind of the best part of the story. I'm curious to find out what the actual, like how he got in for stuff. Usually this stuff is way more boring than it seems. Like everybody thinks is like, oh, some like, master hacker got in and, all this kind of stuff. Usually he just probably fished somebody for their credentials, got in, and, got greedy. Apparently it's a 17-year-old kid. Probably not the smartest kid in the world, because apparently he was trying to work out some kind of financial deal with them, which I'm not sure if it went the way he was thinking it was going to go, since he's now in jail. But yeah, so interesting kind of story. I'm not sure what impact it's all going to have yet. Apparently some like tools and stuff were leaked as well, which that could be bad. Early video and stuff, who cares about that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of curious about how he actually got in and how he actually got credentials and stuff like that. I'm expecting the usual somebody was sloppy, kind of, thing. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting, but they already got him. So oof.
Yeah, that went a lot faster than I thought. And I think you're right. I think it's because he was so brazen, and
It went quick.
I mean, I love that the day after it had been announced, he had sold the source code that he had taken for like $100,000 or something like that. I'm like, at that point, stop. Just count your blessings and run away. And he didn't, and that was probably the fatal flaw.
Matt, do you have one?
I do have
Okay, I'm gonna step
1
away for 1
billion. Okay. So several announcements have come up lately, the post TGS and stuff, and one of those is a remaster of the first 2 Suikoden games. So not only do we have a spiritual successor coming up in what's it like, I forget what the word is, but it's something Chronicles. But we also have remasters of the first 2 games coming out. Let's see, the first one was PlayStation 1 era. Was 2 also PlayStation 1, or did that one is PlayStation 2?
I believe it was still PlayStation 1.
It's 3 of the first PlayStation 2 one? Because 3 was definitely on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so they're coming to consoles and PC next year. This is one of those series that it seems like I should have definitely played, but I never did. Yeah, it came out in 98, Suikoden 2, so that would have still been PlayStation 1 then. But I never did, because the whole 108 stars thing just kind of tweaks that same part of my brain that keeps me from ever playing a Pokemon game. I get like prematurely freaked out about not getting them all, and I just don't make it past that. I don't know, it's something weird in my brain, but I just will not let me do it. So yeah, I've never actually played these, and I probably still won't play them because there's too many things to play, and they don't seem that important at this time for me to put the time into.
I'm actually curious about this, because people apparently they really love this game series. And it's one I never played. I never had an original PlayStation 1, so I didn't really think of getting one just to play it or anything like that. But people this is one of those beloved series that people really speak about Suikoden 1 really fondly. So I'm curious.
Yeah, and I am interested because some of Suikoden 1 is really low budget. Like the dragon has the lowest rent bit chip elephant sound for its effect that you've ever heard in your life, right? So, some of Suikoden 1 is really low budget. So they said in here, they've cleaned up a lot of that stuff, right? So it'll be interesting to see how the fans react to that, if they'll really miss their bit chip elephant for the dragon sound, or if they'll accept these changes peacefully. But yeah, I'm interested, but again, I just don't know if I'm interested enough that I'll actually pick it up. So
Yeah, I mean, because I'm looking at like I opened up my game case the other day, and I still have like Triangle Strategy, which I never broke into, and I still have Octopath Traveler, and I'm like, I have a lot of
Octopath 2 is about to come out. So.
right. I'm just like, what? Wait, how's that about to come out again? How's that about to come out already? I was like, I didn't even finish the first one. Like, there's a lot of stuff I have to play. So yeah, the odds of me actually getting it are low, but I'm very curious about it just because like that's one of those series that people bring up very fondly as like a great game that like a lot of people didn't play or a lot of people skipped over or something like that.
And more importantly, or more interestingly, it's Konami, right? Konami is the publisher on this, and they don't do a ton of traditional video game stuff anymore. And
annoying because they have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I was really hoping when PlayStation was going on their buying spree, they were just going to buy out their IP library, and
how did that not happen?
I don't know. I really, cause think about it. A house marked Castlevania. Yeah. So, he's not back yet. So, did you want to do something? Otherwise, I got a bunch of tabs open here. I can ramble through.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I got nothing right now.
Yeah, nothing. Motive and EA announced a new Iron Man game as a part of a new EA Marvel collaboration. So we are going to be getting a Motive developed single player Iron Man game sometime in the future. Yeah, it was somebody must have threatened to leak or something. So they just like, okay, fine. They put out like one stock image and that's it, so there's literally zero details about this other than, hey,
wasn't there an Iron Man game that came out around like PS3 era
I think there were actually two, if I remember correctly. There was an Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and they played like absolute garbage. They roughly followed the plots of the movies, but they were pretty rough.
I remember it wasn't good.
Did you cover Miles Morales Spider-Man coming to PC?
I have not covered Miles Morales Spider-Man coming to PC. That dropped today, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. So that's it.
That's it.
That's it for that story.
Did we talk? I don't think this dropped last time we talked, but about The Sims 4 going free to play in October?
I believe we did, actually.
Did we?
Because my prognostication was that The Sims 5 will come out with 2 expansion packs already done for $60, and then they'll have like a $10 a month subscription service for further expansions.
Yeah, I didn't remember if we talked about that on the stream or if we just talked about that off to the side.
I thought we did,
or one of your multiple streams. You stream a lot, so
that is true. So I may be convicted. Yeah, I may be.
He streams a lot. Sorry.
Well, anyway, Mark, you got some more. I've got a few more to go through, but if you got 1, 2, 3, 6.
So there's a rumor out, and usually we don't cover too many rumors, but there's a rumor that the PlayStation 5 may get a detachable disc drive.
I wasn't going to touch that one.
And
but yeah,
it's like, if they really do that, that is like, did they learn nothing from Sega with the CDX?
Yeah.
I mean, don't do that, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, the theory being that going forward, this would be the standard model. So basically, what they'd be doing is they'd be selling the discless model, and then you could buy a drive add-on. So the idea being that they could reduce the number of SKUs they have down to just a single machine, and then have this drive add-on for people that want to keep getting discs. I mean, let's admit it, we're not actually playing the game from the disc, right? We're using the disc as a license key.
Right.
That's all it is at this point.
Well, yeah, some of us like to play 4K Blu-rays.
No, right, exactly. I mean, I do the same thing. That's the only 4K Blu-ray player I have is that machine, and so I I give this one a 50-50 shot. It's something just weird enough that Sony might try. Not so unbelievable that it's impossible, but
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if it's a bad idea this time.
I don't know either.
It's not. It's not a. You know. It's not necessary to play the games. It's mainly there for people that want to play Blu-rays. So like, it's there if you want to own physical stuff, but it's like so many people are probably like the tides are probably shifting. People are probably pulling down the games more and everything. Like it's
taking us one step closer to where Microsoft wanted to take us 2 generations ago, right?
Yeah.
It's
Did you guys? I know you talked about the GTA 6 leak. Did you talk about the Diablo 4 leak?
I had not heard about a Diablo 4 leak.
Oh, same day.
Yeah.
Diablo 4, 40 minutes of gameplay of combat quests map leaked as well on a kind of obscure file sharing site. But it was a recording of a Discord call, because you can hear the Discord notifications going off in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so they're not the only ones that was having a rough leak.
One 40-minute video is significantly less, and that game's a lot closer to coming out.
True.
So it's
True. Did you talk about Sean Layden going to Tencent?
Who?
No.
Oh,
Why?
yes. Sean Layden is taking up an advisory role in Tencent, which,
Got to get them dollars.
well, I mean, in my mind, why would Tencent want Sean Layden as an advisor unless it's possibly to negotiate a sale?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because if anyone has the money to buy Sony,
Or that's about does Tencent have a share in PlayStation? I don't think they do in PlayStation directly.
Sony. Yes, they have 16. Oh wait, no. Combined 30% in ownership in From Software. They both own part of From Software.
Right.
How much of Sony does Tencent own? Nope, that's From Software still. I don't see anything that's saying that Tencent owns a portion of Sony. So far, that's good. Ken says, I have a digital PS5, so if Sony ever shuts down, I'm screwed. I lose all my game. I hardly buy physical. Well, that's the same boat everybody's in. I mean, that's the same boat that PC owners have been in for years, and they don't shut down. So I think we're all right on that front, at least for now. But we'll find out.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah, I hate to move away from physical with stuff. For instance, I'm trying to buy Switch games, physical whenever I can. Some stuff I download right away, like Monkey Island, I wanted to play right away, so I downloaded that. Radiant Silvergun, I don't even think has a physical version, so I just downloaded that. The Turtles Cowabunga Collection, I think that was another new game I got probably since the last time we talked. I got that on a cartridge, so I can. Making sure I have a collection of what I want to call bathroom games.
Yes.
If I just have a Switch that's not going to be connected online or anything like that, that just I can pop the card in and play a game offline. If I need to go off the grid, for whatever reason.
We're going back to the discussion of Dave as a mafia boss.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I should get this one out of the way. Don't shoot me, Matt. PSVR 2 will not be backwards compatible with the original PSVR games. It was
And man,
announced.
is it just weird the amount of press that has come out for the PSVR 2 recently, but yet nothing resembling like
A launch
price
date
or
price?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they launch a new video about it like every 3 days, and yet there's no actual details. They just keep showing footage of the same games that they've already shown footage of. It's very weird marketing drive, which makes me think it's getting delayed longer than it was supposed to.
Mhm.
And somebody forgot to tell the marketing department
Well, it's
because it was supposed to be Q1
yeah.
23, but
No, I thought it was supposed to be this year actually.
well, I think it was way back. I
Originally,
thought
yeah,
the
yeah.
latest window we had was Q1 2023, but I could be wrong.
But yeah, they're saying because of the eye tracking, inside out tracking, because you're not using the lights, I guess.
Oops.
4K HDR support and the new controller with haptic feedback and adaptive triggers means that they can't. I mean, they'd have to patch every piece of software, and
Yeah.
that would be. I mean, it's just really.
I mean,
I hate
some
to
people
say
are
it,
going to
but this
make a
is
new
super
version,
Apple.
right?
This is
Yeah.
super Apple of them. It's very closed garden, already, and
Just
now
give me a
you're alienating the first people who actually paid for your product from playing
Res.
with the second one. It's like
I just want res. I just want res. And
You already got Res and you never bought it and played it.
I have it. No, I did buy it. Thank you very much.
Do you have the PSVR one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I
because it
didn't know
went
that.
VR, it went flat, right? Too, so it's got flat play also.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it went flat also, but I didn't know.
But
you
yeah, I
bought the
mean,
PSVR one.
I assume, I mean, maybe this is a rogue assumption, but I will assume there will be Beat Saber for this, right? They'll put out a
100%.
PS5, PSVR 2 Beat
Yeah,
Saber
yeah,
version.
100%.
So a lot of them will get versions. Now, question, is there an upgrade path, right? Can you, if you own Beat Saber for the PSVR 1, can you, for a lower price or no price, mod that or convert that into a PSVR 2 version?
I would not.
That'll
think
be
so.
the question. I am guessing not. That sounds way too
Now,
convenient
if
and
they
not Sony.
do add PSVR 2 games to the King Kamehameha Plus version,
which
that
kind of feels like they have to.
yeah,
but
it kind of feels like they have to. That might be interesting and help justify the cost of that. But yes, we'll see. We shall see.
so
I know there were a lot of people very unhappy about that, and I'm like, don't shoot me the messenger. And I'm not just talking about you. There were quite a few people like on Twitter.
oh, it just
really
in
upset
general,
with it.
yeah. It's not a good look, right? But
Yeah. Did
I
you
get
talk
it.
about
It's-
Suikoden 1 and 2 remastered?
yes, I did. Covered Suikoden 1 and 2 remastered.
Yeah, we did. Don't say a word on it because we don't care.
It wasn't. I was
Both
just
of us
asking if you
decided
did.
we probably won't buy it, but we think it's an interesting thing, especially coming out of Konami. So
I will actually buy it. It's one of
no,
the
I
few that
said-
I'll make some time to play.
Yeah, I'm totally torn because, like, I was saying it was like a beloved series. Like, people love this series. So I'm very curious about it because I've never played it.
Oh, it's really good. And it's one of those unforgiving games that if you make the wrong choice, that person's lost to you forever.
Okay, I'm out then.
But at the same time,
Thanks for-
you don't need all of them, right? Like there's 120 in the game. I only got like, I don't know, 60 of them on my first playthrough. And you do find in the game. It's not everyone is, how do I explain that? They call them stars, right? And you don't need all 120, first of all. And second of all, not all of them are fighting characters. Some of them are just like really good cooks to help give you bonuses for your settlement or whatever. So it's not like you must get all of them or anything like that. Because Ken was like lamenting that also. I'm like, it's not like that. You can like if it's a required person and you make the wrong choice, it will be game over. And then you have to load your last save file and go like, okay, maybe I shouldn't choose that. But most of them are not like that. Did you guys talk about how Sega has dropped the Yakuza name?
that was actually the next one I had up to talk about.
Oh, Okay, go ahead, Matt.
So starting with Yakuza 8, the series will be switched to Like a Dragon, which is apparently what it's been in Japan all along.
Right.
So Yakuza 1 through 6 were just called Yakuza, well, technically 0, or it would just carry on the name Yakuza. During Yakuza 7, which really kind of made Yakuza 7 in the tiny print and the Like a Dragon as the subtitle, but in the giant print. So it looked more like it was called Yakuza Like a Dragon. The whole 7 kind of got lost a little bit. And now they're switching full on worldwide. The game series will be called Like a Dragon. So Like a Dragon 8, which would have been Yakuza 8 in North America, is now just Like a Dragon 8. So I guess that would make the 7th game Like a Dragon 7, Like a Dragon 7, Like a Dragon. I don't know, but yeah, and 8's got some stuff that came out of Tokyo Game Show. The classic main protagonist Kazuma is back. Kiryu, he's back for a spot in 8. 8 will retain the play style of 7. So if you like the play style of 7, 8 will keep that. If you didn't, then you won't. Yes, Mark?
Also, it should be noted that several prominent New Japan wrestlers and Kenny Omega were scanned at the Tokyo Game Show for 8.
Yeah.
So you will be able to fight against Okada, Ishii, Kenny Omega, and a bunch of other people in 8.
Nice. So again, Yakuza is another series that I've always wanted to try, and I've never played one. So
let me tell you, I did what's the spinoff one?
Judgment.
Yes, Lost Judgment.
Lost Judgment.
I absolutely adore that game. It is like, my brain's just stopped working. Shenmue. It's basically the next generation version of Shenmue.
Right.
Except it has an actual gameplay that's interesting, like an actual story that's interesting, as well as having 90,000 other things that you can do.
So I was a fan of this year. So like this started back in PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I played like the originals, from that, and then kind of like stopped, playing them. I did just download because last month on the PlayStation, whatever they call it, it's so Yakuza 0
right
was there, and I heard like that's a great restarting point. You start all there, and it's apparently great fun. So that is on my short list of stuff to get to.
Yeah, and I think this month, well, actually that's another one of my articles, so I can just I can hold on that.
I mean, my quick news thing is that they showed 10 minutes of Crisis Core gameplay, Crisis Core Reunion gameplay, and they did confirm that they did bring in the new voice actors to redo the lines, even though it's the exact same dialogue and the exact same combat system of the original. And I'm pretty much talked myself out of buying it now.
Wow.
Because, I mean, people really paint Crisis Core in their memory in a nostalgic good light. The first half of that game was hot garbage. It took a really long time to get going. The second half of the game, from a story-wise perspective, really good. But the combat system is not the best in the world. The game is basically press square to get to the next story element. I mean, it's okay. And for people who haven't played it and don't know the story, I am 1,000% on board with watching them play. But I do not feel like I want to reslog through the game just to do that when I'm already familiar with the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I never actually finished the game. I got stuck on the Sephiroth battle in the reactor where everyone got stuck.
Yeah.
And either stopped playing or, eventually beat their head on it enough that they finally got past it. I mean, that's like the second to last thing in the game, right? I mean, it's almost the end of the game. But it's like, okay, do I drag out my PSP and find my disc and just finish it on there?
Or do you go on
I can find the
YouTube
save?
and watch the cutscene?
Well, I've already done
minutes?
that. But
Well, see, yeah,
I've already done that. But I mean, I know what happens at the end. I've seen that, but it's just there's a part of me that always regrets not finishing it. But that battle system can be incredibly infuriating
Right.
because there is a lot of RNG-ness to it.
Yes.
And RNG is not my friend.
What's RNG?
Random number generator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that reels mechanic is just
it's not great. So that's why I'm like,
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Oh,
I'm not really sure I want to slog through that again.
yeah.
So
And I have a kid that might buy it, I think. So
well, there you go. Right. Use the children. That's what they're good for.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do one more just and then you can do your thing. Street Fighter 6 also was kind of like we got it during the
Sony
event before TGS, but then they kind of confirmed everything. So Street Fighter 6 is through the Battle Hub will have a world tour mode in which you can go to different places and fight against, Ryu or Chun-Li or whoever and learn moves from them and then equip those moves and then go learn things from other people and equip those moves. So it is really going to be kind of a fighting game RPG where you're able to create the perfect character that you want to create. And that to me is brilliant.
yeah. I think they were showing that off in the latest Rick and Morty episode.
Yes, they were.
And I really like that idea of wandering around and until you forget why you wanted to fight the dude in the first place. That sounds pretty fun.
I mean, you're always going to know you want to fight Dalsim to get his yoga, whatever.
I mean, I guess,
Anyways,
Sure.
yoga jerk. Next, Matt, go ahead.
So I have a kind of a long running one here. It's giving you all of the update reminders for your monthly game subscription services from the big two. Nintendo also had an update on their live service, if I remember right. Dave, if you have anything on that, I'll leave that to you. But I didn't look that one up, so sorry.
Yeah, we had a couple new Sega games for the Genesis. Alyssa Dragoon was one. Oh God, what was the other? I'll find them while you're talking.
All right. So for PlayStation, for your monthly 3 games, the monthly games that came out with every level of PlayStation Plus, there was Need for Speed Heat, Grand Blue Fantasy, Versus, which is the fighting game, and TOEM, the one I talked about earlier, the photo game. So those are available to all tiers. The new games that came out with the extra and premium tiers, I'm not going to go through all of them, just some highlights. Deathloop, Assassin's Creed Origin, Watch Dogs 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Alex Kidd in the Miracle World DX, Rayman Legend, and then the two that came out, or 3 that came out because of an event that happened today: Sly Cooper Collection, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, and Bentley's Backpack, or Hack Pack, excuse me. All 3 came out this month because today is the 20th anniversary of Sly Cooper. I am officially freaking old. If anyone's known me on PSN for any amount of time, Sly Cooper has been my icon since the PSN has started, or Avatar, I should say, rather. So, yeah, 20 years of Sly Cooper. And so far, we still aren't getting another new game. So to finish out the thing here with Xbox games with games with gold. I cannot talk tonight. Gods Will Fall is available for the rest of September. Double Kick Heroes is available till mid-October, and Portal 2 is available for September through the end of September also. And for your Game Pass games highlights, again, you have Moonscars, which is a one that's gotten a lot of hype recently. Deathloop also also on Game Pass. Slime Rancher 2, which I didn't even know was a thing, and Shipbreaker. And Valheim. forgot that one. Valheim is also on Game Pass now, but it's PC only because it doesn't have a Xbox version.
Correct.
So,
which is a shame. 'Cause that's a fun game.
So that's your highlights on your monthly updates. Dave, did you find the other?
Yes. Wave Race 64 for the Nintendo 64 games. Worth it. And so Alicia Dragoon for Genesis, Beyond Oasis, which is a unsung hero for the Genesis, and the original Earthworm Jim, which
I've
is
never played Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, the first it's the first
It's okay.
two. They're really good.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go so. I think nostalgia has you coloring it a little bit. They're okay. If you go back and pick and play one today, it's good. It's not great.
But I mean, especially like, at the time and everything, graphics were like super great, sound was great, played great on the Genesis. This is one of the few games that I think was better on the Genesis than it was on the SNES, which I'm still baffled about because of that type of game. Usually wasn't the case. But yeah, it's a good example. Something to check out in history. Definitely tougher than I remember because
all those games are tougher than we remember.
Game design has gotten so much better.
Yep. Well, that's going to bring us to the part of the show where we.
I did have one more thing. I thought you had something else.
No, go ahead.
No, this is just a minor thing too. But for all the people who played Kenna Bridge of Spirits, we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of that game coming out.
I still haven't booted it.
I know I've given up on you in any of the games that I play, but for the 1 year anniversary, they are putting out an anniversary patch, which is primarily going to be new animations and new outfits for Kenna, and I think there was something for the Rots as well. So it's mostly cosmetic stuff, but if you're feeling like you haven't seen that game in a while, you can go ahead and boot it up. It's a free patch for celebrating the anniversary, and that is coming out on, I know the dates here somewhere and I can't find it. Soon. Let's go with soon, because apparently my skimming abilities are not good. Unless it's now.
Well, you read instead of skim, and I'll do the thanking of everybody by name thing. So as always, thank you to everybody who's come in and supports us. You guys are all rock stars. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content, which is every single day of the week, Monday through Sunday. bit.ly/mechanicsgl gets your name on every single show that we do, just like the fine rock stars that are showing on our screen right now. Our boss mechanics, Twitch and Patreon producers, without whom we couldn't do what we do, and without you. But we like to actually thank all of them by name at this point. So thank you to Mr. J Nice, Axe Thompson, No Mishley, Lexi, Shank the Noob, Mark Steadmom, Tim Paget, Drogadan, Twisted Ginger 25, Wolf's Gun, Nafayam Official, Kokeshi Ken Media, The Lost Harlequin, the official Eggroll TV, and Neo Sapien, as well as all of our other regular producers from Mechanics, Twitch, and Patreon. DMS Creations, Peter Cajero, Billy Frog, Dance Commander Ramey Becker, Arturo Gonzalez, Bushman, Inui Wolf, Jimmy Julius, Mark Johnson, Eric the Amazing Luna, John O'Callahan, Jun Kuribayashi, John Hewlett, 2 times Academy Award nominee Patrick Tubach, Letty the Yeti, USMG Valorfall, Tracy Fuller, Dave Butler, Michael Sims, Mark Huey, Nick Nevels, Kevin Rollins, That Kid Named D, ID Nippleduck, Dark Razored, as well as Trial Access, Rush Monk, Bearden, The Baker Crew Ken, Strong Bad Merc, Ghost Zero, Scotty's on Fire, Rusty Haggis, No Novocaine, Dave 934, Jimmy Julius, TJ Leclerc, Meep the Bunny, The Shaky Dragon, Family Balloon, Mafia 6869, Hey Matman, Slowbake, AK Yuri, Bourgeois, Jag Leisure, Sleep Deprived, DMDM Studios, Habitual Kiwi, Bigman Rosa, UR CEO, Chocobo Butt, The Golden Hash Brown, Strawbee, Sir Ironblood, and last but not least, our third page of producers, Jersey the King, Luigi Cat Woodhouse, Band Reaper 97, Kato.jpg, Siunido TTB, Nautico Love 123, Bosch 721, The Tunics, Awesome Gen, Prophet Profanity, Evelyn03, Habitual Kiweed, Chupathingy 7163, G-Boys, Ninja Jinja 07, Cryo the Adventurer, Forever Sammy, Dokish Dark, and everyone else who comes and hangs out, chats, redeems, laughs, lurks. We appreciate all of you.
This coming Tuesday, September 27th.
Great. And that brings us then to final thoughts. Matt, final thoughts.
My final thought. I'm actually prepared this time. You may have seen me post or talk about previously my first Kickstarter that I've ever backed. Not my first Kickstarter, but the first Kickstarter I've ever backed. There we go. Better language there. There is a Kickstarter out there called it's a double Kickstarter. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just something these guys made up. Feels like it's the second one. But it's for two games, Armed Fantasia and Penny Blood, which are the spiritual successors to Wild Arms and Shadow Hearts, respectively, which are RPGs that were on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 timeline. Wild Arms, you probably heard me mention before in the past, if you've hung around for any time, is one of my favorite game series ever, and they've not had a game since PlayStation 2. Yeah. So this is the original creator of Wild Arms and the original creator of Shadow Hearts coming into making a new independent studios. Each one, they're two separate studios, but they combine the Kickstarter together into a single one to try to get a larger presence, bringing the different fan bases together and gain from some cross-pollination. So if you go to Kickstarter and look for Armed Fantasia or Penny Blood, you'll find that on there, and you can back. It's only open till the end of this month. They have several tiers of stretch goals unlocked, but we keep getting told the good ones are still not even visible. So apparently we haven't even seen the good ones yet. So their original request was $700,000. They're up to 1.66 million. That shifts because it's actually in yen because it's a Japanese Kickstarter, so that value kind of shifts around a little bit. But we're down to 1 week left. You can come in and chip in if you want and pick any of the reward tiers or just throw money in for the fun of it. But yeah, that's my final thought.
And to be clear, Gamersledge and its subsidiaries and or representatives are not being paid for the endorsement.
Oh, yeah. No, that's just Matt.
That's just Matt.
That's just Matt. That's just Matt's fandom of Wild Arms, really, is what it is.
Yes, I got it. I just want to make that clear. Dave, final thoughts.
So you know how I like old games, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That is
2600 controller.
Yeah.
You were supposed to make a bad joke here, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
So,
white.
yeah, looks like an Atari 2600. It's actually Lego. This is the controller for the Lego Atari 2600.
Does it actually
Nice.
play Atari 2600 games?
Yeah, it actually even has like the same like movement in there. It's really cool how they did that. But it even has like the where do I have them? Oh,
Does it have the paddle controller too?
It does not have the paddle controller.
You're
but they
welcome,
have
Milo.
the cartridges and everything like that, and then they have like these neat little. Oops. Sorry, I have a couple little things here in the way, so I don't want to. But they have these little game dioramas. There's like asteroids.
Nice.
They go with the cartridges. So it has 3 cartridges with it: asteroids, adventure, and centipede. So there's like 3 little dioramas, for the games, the cartridges. It has the old school little wooden cartridge holder in there. There's a little feature of the console where it slides open, and then there's a little early 80s game room that pops up. It's a real slick set. I'm a Lego fiend and an old school gamer fiend, so that's just, I'm all over that. Definitely a fun set to build, though. I know it's on the pricier side, but if you're into that sort of thing, it's a really nice showpiece.
Yeah, what the heck's up with that Andor set price? That is ridiculous.
That is stupid. It does not look.
Ewoks are expensive to print.
Yes, exactly. That's a $30 set tops, and that's just
It used to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, carry on. Old people lamenting.
Yeah, my final thought is actually for people on Twitter that are streamers, fellow streamers. As a PSA, this is day 7 of my reminder. If you're going to network on Twitter and you see a thread that says, post your Twitch links here, or post here if you're under 5 concurrent viewers, or post here if you're under 1,000 followers, look at the person who is posting the link. If it is a graphics designer, do not walk, run away from that thread. Do not post on that thread, because all they are doing is fishing for people to DM, do you want graphic services? Like, I have almost lost my mind and I almost snapped on Twitter this week and literally just started telling them off in their own threads because it's so bad. I wish I could explain to you how bad the graphics designer thing is on, and the worst part is they're not actually graphic designers. They're people who have stock images, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, everything looks the same from them because it's all the same stuff. They're not actually creating anything brand new from scratch. If you're looking for graphic designers, look for recommendations from streamers, because they all know one and have one that they will tell you. Like for us, it's in our panel. Jimmy Julius is a great graphics designer. Kokeshi Ken is working on becoming a designer. So, check those folks out. You don't need to go to Twitter to find a graphics designer. Ask other streamers. They'll be happy to tell you. If you go to Darkstream, he'll recommend Jesse Carr, because these are all people we've gotten work from and that we like and respect. But don't post trying to network and grow your channel in a graphics designer thread, because all that's going to happen is no one will interact with you, no one will see you, and then you've just been added to the spam list for that person.
Awesome.
/end rant /NPSA.
Angry Mark.
Dude, legitimately, I've literally started DMs. I started replying in threads and then back them off after I go and leave it for a while and then come back because I'm so mad about it. It's driving me nuts. It's insidious is what it is. And these poor streamers don't know any better. So I'm trying to
Big words and angry.
Yeah. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the show, where we leave you with a wise and sage piece of wisdom to carry you over till next we meet. No, those are all too easy. You'll get them.
Glady has it prepared.
Oh, why did the police go to the baseball game?
Because someone stole a base?
God, no. See, it's no fun if you guess it, right?
I thought it was First Responders Appreciation Night.
Okay, that is a much deeper sports nerd thing than what I just did.
No, that's too easy also.
So you think.
Yeah, pretty much I do.
Remember
no, that's dumb. All right. What?
Why? That's never stopped you before.
No, when I say it's dumb, it's really dumb. That's also really dumb.
Oh my God, it's gonna be
too
2 in the
easy.
morning.
Yeah, pretty much. What did March say to all the madness at 3 a.m. in the morning?
I have no idea.
Let's shoot some hoops.
What's all that bracket?
Yeah.
Until
boy.
next time, thank you for joining us. We're going to rate out really quick I just looked to see. Oh, yeah, G-Boys. G-Boys is on. It is a mature stream, but he's usually pretty good about swearing and all that stuff. So just show him some love, some emotes. we're going to head all over there right now. We'll be back. Remember, tomorrow at noon Pacific, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, for a special 2-hour AEW Rampage live reactions reviews at Kokeshi Ken Media's channel. So join us there. We'll be back here on Sunday at 2 Pacific, 4 Central, 5 Eastern for Gamersledge, for Sunday streamer tech support right here on Gamersledge. Thanks, everybody. Until then, be excellent to each other and game on.
Game on.
Game on.